enjoy them for some reason. Heaven only knows why. Who wants to listen to me babble on for half an hour as I drive to work? We're going the usual route, which is the country roads. The only other alternative is the motorway. I think I have done a vlog on the motorway before, but it's quite boring, and this way we get to see a little bit of the Berkshire countryside and things like that as we're driving. Storm Debbie's around. It rained a lot last night. It rained really heavily, but this morning it's quite mild. My car's saying it's 11.5 degrees and it is 7:52 at the moment, so excuse me, it's quite warm and it's quite mild, it's quite bright, it's almost verging on trying to be sunny. But here in Berkshire we have got a yellow weather warning for thunderstorms from 6 a.m. until midday, I believe. So I don't know if they are going to materialise. I work in Wokingham. I live in Maidenhead in Berkshire, and I work in Wokingham, which is also in Berkshire, so we will see what the day holds for us. I really haven't been doing a great deal. I'm really struggling with the cost of living at the moment. Just really short of money every month, you know, and I don't feel like I'm buying anything excessive. I can't remember the last time I bought myself loads of clothes and shoes like I always used to do. It's funny, before I started my YouTube video, I was forever buying, and now I've got a channel where I can show stuff. I don't buy stuff anymore. So it is what it is. I'm on my way to work. I've got a counselling session later. I'm having such a nightmare with all of this. So as you know, I applied for trauma therapy the first week in February. I knew what was wrong, I knew what I needed, but I had like an introductory interview on the telephone, and they decided in their wisdom that I needed CBT therapy. So I waited from February till June for that, and I had my first session, and within 15 minutes the lady I was talking to said, look, I've got to stop you, you need trauma therapy. And I said, I know, that's what I told the other woman. And she said, this CBT is not what you need. I'm going to speak to my line manager and I will bump you up and put you on the list. So it turned out that the list for trauma therapy, I had to wait from the 6th of June until the 9th of September. All the time I was just struggling to get through the day, crying every day, just really finding it tough. So then I had trauma therapy, one session, and that was okay. And then she couldn't do me another session for 2 weeks. The 2 weeks came, she cancelled on the day and pushed me back another 2 weeks. So I've now missed a month. I had one session with her and she said, look, I'm really sorry you've been messed around. I know you've been waiting since February, but I'm here now. I've got no more holiday. Let's get the sessions going. So I had a session for the following week, which she called in sick. So I'm just like, I just can't. I'm holding on by my fingertips, and the only light at the end of my tunnel is getting this therapy and helping me through what I'm going through. So I said, look, I can't have this therapist anymore. I've told them what happened. So they said, right, okay, we'll get back to you in a day or so. We'll get you someone new. So then I got another one with a woman, and to be honest, she was fucking rubbish. She said to me, because I have the analogy I used was, you know, like in horror films where there's 100 TV screens and they've like pinned your eyes open and they play it to you 24 hours a day. That's what my brain's like about the whole trauma. Don't worry about that, that's just my car. And she said, oh, instead of that, can you think happy thoughts? Are you fucking kidding me? If I could, I would. It's not like that. Anyway, she emailed me after the session, and it turns out she's a depression counsellor. I'm not depressed. I feel low because of the situation. I feel low because I'm just clinging on, waiting for the help. You know, they say, if you're feeling so-and-so, ask for help. I'm asking for help for months, and no one's helping me. So anyway, I phoned up and I said, look, I don't want her. I'm not bloody depressed. I need trauma therapy. So the manager went off, and she's the depression therapist has spoken to her line manager. I've got another appointment with her today while she sorts things out, but it is just so frustrating, absolutely frustrating. I don't think I'm going to get it this year now. I just don't. People are going to start to have bloody holiday, and it's just a lot to wait for, you know. So that's that with my therapy. So I have got one tonight. I'm going in there with a surly attitude because I'm not depressed. You know, depression is a whole thing, and I am not depressed. Sometimes I do feel down, and I feel frustrated, and I feel there's no light at the end of my tunnel, but I'm not depressed. And I said to her in my email, cancel my session, give it to someone on your waiting list who's actually depressed and is waiting on appointments. Don't waste your time with me because I don't need you. But anyway, we'll see. Apologies for the rant. Bella is, I think she's 16 weeks old tomorrow. I think she is. She is getting a little bit better. She's still jumping up an awful lot. She's still scratching a lot. She's still mouthing a lot. Oh, it reminds me, I need to email back her trainer. I forgot to do that over the weekend. But she's, on the whole, she's a good girl. She loves going out with Lewis for her big long walks with him. She's eating up well. She's got a beautiful glossy coat, and the other puppies still absolutely hate her. I have to keep them separated because she just whacks them on her head with her big paw, and they snarl at her. So that's what I need to speak to the the dog trainer about, to see if she can do some training in the home as a kind of integration for her, because I feel sorry for her that she's always kind of locked away with Lewis when she could be with the other dogs if she would play nice. I don't think I've got anything. Oh, I put my Christmas tree up. I usually have my Christmas tree up. It's my birthday at the end of the month. My birthday is the 25th of November, and I always get my decorations up by about the 20th. But it never feels long enough, and I mean, it's a like 3-day job to get my decorations up. So I thought I would get them up early, get them all up. I have a faux Christmas tree in my lounge, not in my lounge, in my bedroom, and then on around the 20th, when the real trees come into home base, I will only have one job left, and that's to buy a new tree, a real tree, and decorate that. So I've still got boxes and stuff everywhere, but the majority of my Christmas decorations are up now, and I'm pleased with them. Everywhere looks really Christmassy and cheery. Well, everywhere looks like a shit pit at the moment, because like I say, I need to get back in the loft and put all the boxes away and put the ornaments away that I have out. Oh, excuse me, I've not been sleeping very well. Over the weekend I was up at 6 every day, and I just haven't been sleeping through the night. It's been Diwali as well, and I have 2 really, really anxious dogs to fireworks. 3 actually, because I had Solo, my youngest puppy's brother, staying. His parents went to Poland. They are Polish. They went on Thursday and were coming back on the Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry, yawning. But unfortunately, Raphael got taken to A&E in Poland with shortness of breath and chest pains. So they only ended up. So he was supposed to be picked up last Tuesday, a week ago yesterday, and he got picked up last night instead, so a week later. Luckily, Raphael was discharged and was able to come home with Gosha. She had planned to come home on her own because she's a lawyer and obviously had work and things, and hadn't planned to have that extra week off, but they both came home, so I hope he's on the mend. I didn't see him last night, but I hope he's on the mend and everything's all right with them. They're such a lovely couple. So Solo's gone now, so I'm back down to my 4 dogs and Bellatrix, the dog witch. So it feels like it makes such a difference when there's only 4 dogs. I always used to have to. Maybe I need to open the window. Sorry, I keep yawning. I always have to count them in when there's 5 to make sure I've got them all. But Solo gets really, really, really upset by the fireworks. He pants, he trembles, he paces. But I put him in the crate. I put a crate in my bedroom, and I put him in the crate and covered him. And he stopped panting, and I didn't hear a peep from him. So that worked really, really. The first bang I heard, I popped him in, and it did seem to work really well for him. So that was nice that he wasn't suffering too much. I know his mum they live in a flat, and they've got a bathroom that's got no windows, and they make a bed up for him in the shower, which is pretty much the same kind of thing. But he did. Oh God, sorry. I have to try and cut those out. He did really well in the crate. So yeah, bless his little heart. But he went home last night. I don't think I've got anything else planned. It is my birthday. I've got no plans for it. Like I said, I'm really struggling with the cost of living at the moment. Just all my wages seem to go on my utility bills and my shopping bills, so that's not good. I'm going to look for ways in the new year to try and cut back on things. I don't quite know what I can cut back on, but you know, we're all in the same situation, aren't we? I'm sure you're all suffering just as much as I am, but it is what it is. There's people who are a lot worse off than I am, and we're just going to have to get through it. I mean, everything just crept up. You know, petrol got really expensive and then it came down, but it's crept up again. So the only thing that doesn't creep up is wages. Personally, I haven't had a wage increase since 2018. So yeah, it's a struggle. Lewis is, Lewis works for the narcissist, and he's got him on a 0 hours contract, and is now, like if he worked till 1 o'clock, he would pay him for the day, but now he's not doing it. Obviously, he's feeling the pinch as well, although he's a massive, money waster, like a lot of narcissists are. They have no money management skills, and he's definitely top of the list for that. But yeah, so it's affecting poor Lewis, but we just have to do what we have to do. Oh God, I actually slept really well last night. Solo, they landed in from Poland at about 8. They came into Luton, which is about 50 minutes drive away, especially at that time of night, and they picked him up about 10:30, and I went straight to bed afterwards and slept the whole night through. I did wake up a little bit because I always wake up in the night, but I felt felt like it was a long night, you know. It felt like I woke up and went back to sleep for ages, and then woke up and went back to sleep for a long time. So I really shouldn't be yawning. What's the time? 6 minutes past 8. I need to pop into Tesco's. I have been trying not to do that because I usually spend like £10 to £20 extra on top of my food bill a day, topping up with fruit and things like that we need. But I do need some fruit for my lunch. So I am going to have to pop into Tesco's before I go into work. Work's quite quiet. It has days where it's busy or not busy. I was off sick last week, and some days, you know, there's only 3 or 4 orders for me, and of course, sod's luck, when I had that day off sick, Nikki got to do 13 of my orders, so that's quite annoying as well, because I could have done those. That's my job. But again, I was off sick from having my COVID jab. I caught COVID early doors, as you all know, in 2020, and I've never been the same since. It really affected me, it affected my breathing. So whenever I have a jab, I get 24 hours where I just feel fine. My arm hurts like everyone else's, but then what happened on last week when I was off on Thursday. Wednesday night, I was just watching TV on my bed with the dogs, and I went to get up and I could barely stand up. My hips were killing me, and it felt like they couldn't support my weight. My ankles hurt, my collarbone hurt, my elbows hurt, just all of my joints were aching. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. And I just felt really rotten, so I didn't go into work for the day. The next day, I felt absolutely fine. And it's just something that happens to me all the time. I also had a flu jab at the same time in a different arm, so I don't know if that, I don't think that made any difference, because like I say, I do the same thing every time I have one where I don't feel well. I do wonder to myself whether I should not have them, but I don't know how I did catch COVID for the second time, and it really didn't touch the sides. I felt extremely fatigued, not as bad as I did when I actually had it the first time, but I read the other day that I'm type 2 diabetic, and I read that also can cause you to be fatigued along with the menopause, and so I think I'm fighting a losing battle for energy. At my age, I'm going to be 56 on the 25th of November. I don't know where those years have gone. I really don't. How did I get so old? Oh look, can you see the Christmas tree lights are on the trees in the middle of the roundabout? That's cute. Here in Wokingham, they've got we've already gone through the town centre, but they have a lovely tree up by the council offices in the town. I'll show it to you. I don't know the one to cut out. I'll show it to you when it's up. So I'm heading towards holiday. I've actually got I had the 20th of November off so that I could get my Christmas tree bought from Homebase and up, so that it would be up in time for my birthday. But Lewis has booked for us to go to Harry Potter World. It will be our 4th, the studios in Leavesden, the making of Harry Potter, I think it's called. And it will be our 4th time there, but they're always adding new attractions there, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I changed my holiday from a Monday to a Friday to have that day off, just so I don't have to rush home from work and just can enjoy the day. So that's the day before my birthday. And then I think, without looking, that my last working day is actually I think it's the 9th of December. I save all of my holiday up, and I just like to have a big long holiday at Christmas. I enjoy that season. I enjoy the build up to Christmas, and I feel like I really need that holiday. I feel like I'm running on empty at the moment. I need to recharge my batteries and just get some time off. Anyway, I've been talking to you for 21 minutes. I'm at Tesco's now, so I will say goodbye to you. Thank you ever so much for keeping me company on my drive to work. I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I do have some new subscribers, so if you're watching, hi. I tend to do these videos about once a month as a little catch up. And I will see you in my next video, which is Saturday, what I wore this week. Take care, my loves. Bye.